everybody. I guess I just want to elaborate more on the short that I made. I'm on my way to Walmart, gotta get some stuff, but I just want us to be smart about going to God, asking Him for the spirit of discernment. Like really sitting, meditating on God, reading our scripture, staying in our word, and allowing God to develop us and to heal us and to help us, because Satan is busy. Satan is busy. Satan knows that God is putting together kingdom marriages at this time. Satan knows that if God has his hand on a specific two, he's going to do all he can to make sure that that does not come together. That what God has his hands on does not come together. So you have to be careful about the narcissistic spirits, the narcissists that are going to be sent your way. And I say this not only to you, but I say it to me too. But I'm talking to men and women, because we all want love. We all need love. But what we have to realize is that first, we have to develop our relationship with God, who is love, so that He can teach us. First heal us, then teach us what real love is. And the only way we'll know what real love is if we have positioned ourselves to allow God to show us His love for us. You cannot come from a family who never showed love to you, never showed love, and want to be loved, but then get in a relationship and you can't even show love. You want to be loved, but you don't even know how to show love. And in order for you to get in that position where you learn how to show the love that you want to receive, is if you allow God in. You have to allow God in your life. You have to take the time out to be patient enough to develop that relationship with God that you need. He is the way, the truth, and the light for a reason. God died for us. Jesus died on that cross for us. For believers and non-believers. He died on that cross for us to give us a new life in Him and with Him. He died on that cross for us to show us what real, true love really looks like. You will never ever find another person. I don't care if they do die for you. Them dying for you will never equivalent or equal to the love that Jesus had, not just for you, but for the whole nation. Nobody can ever come close to the love that God has for you. Nobody. Loving somebody to death, that ain't coming close to the love that God got for you. It sure ain't. A person telling you they love you more than they love themselves, that ain't nobody coming close to the love that God got for you. We have to allow God into our lives to break us down. And I think that's what we fear the most, is being broke down, being in a place of God opening up old wounds to be able to clean out the infection that's in there, to bandage it up the proper way so that it can heal the way that it needs to heal. We fear the pain that we will be exposed to when God starts working in our lives. And He don't want us to fear that. We shouldn't fear that. We shouldn't fear that. But the only way that we can actually become better and be able to experience the life that God has for us is if we allow Him to do just that. We have to understand that God ain't trying to hurt us. And the little pain that we do go through in the process is out of love. It's out of love. When a genuine loving parent chastises their child, it's not to inflict intentional hurt or pain on them. It's to help them to understand that they're wrong and that they just want them to be a better person. It's out of love. Like, it's out of love. That's the best way as I can explain it. When your parent chastises you, that truly wants the best for you, it's out of love. It's for you and to help you to be a better person. And that's all God is trying to do. He's trying to help us to be better. When God died for us on that cross and did what he did, that should be more than enough for us to die to self, to allow God to live inside of us and work through us, and us being his hands, his feet, and his mouthpiece, to live the life that he can no longer live on earth in the flesh. Our bodies should be a temple, a vessel, a willing vessel for Lord to take over, to live through us. If we could just give up having control, because that's the thing. We want to be in control all the time. We want to be in control. We want to always know what's going on, being kept up to date. We don't like being in the unknown, but I have prayed and I have told God that that's where I want my new comfort zone to be, in the unknown where he is. I don't want to be in a place of comfort anymore. I don't want to be in that place of comfort anymore. When you're in a place of comfort, you get to a place where you don't want to venture out and see new things. Well, you want to, but because you're comfortable, you don't want to venture out, because you don't know if what you're going to try to do is going to interrupt you being comfortable, if that makes any sense. But we have to get in a place of total surrender. Just surrendering our lives, our will, and our plans for what God has for us. There is nothing in our lives that we can want for ourselves, or that we can already be doing for ourselves, that will exceed the plans and the will that God has for us. You have to understand that in choosing God, you can never lose. Yes, you're going to go through things. But you're going to go through things regardless if you choose him or not. But the thing is, it's better to go through things with God than to go through things without God. And to be honest, we can sit up here and try to explain and tell our testimony all day, every day. But until you experience God for yourself, you won't even understand. You won't even understand. It'll be like beating a dead horse trying to explain something to you when you haven't even experienced what it is that I'm talking about. And the only way you can do that is if you let God into your life. Let God into your life. Let him in. Please let him in. Stop letting the enemy deceive you out of the good life that God has for you. And that's what we have done for so long. We have allowed the enemy, Satan, to deceive us out of the things that God has for us. And I'm at a place in my life right now where I ain't doing it no more. I ain't doing it no more. Not only that, I want everything that he has taken from me triple fold. I want everything back. And I know that as I wait on God and I sit with him and allow him to work in my life, rearranging and orchestrating things, I know that God is going to pay me back for lost time, and he's going to give me everything back and then some. Sure is. Lord, please. He surely is. He surely is. So all I can say is it's time for us to stop being silly. It's time for us to stop being stubborn. It's time for us to stop being self-centered. It's time for us to stop. Like, heaven and hell is real. And even if you think it ain't real, you should want to do whatever you can to make sure you don't find out that hell is real. I don't like to be hot outside. The 90 and 100 degree weather that goes on outside, I don't like to sweat outside. So I know darn well I don't want to burn in hell. You can't turn that heat off. You can't turn that heat off. We gotta pay attention. We gotta pay attention, and we gotta take heed to the warnings that God is sending us. He's not sending us these warnings for nothing. God is sending us these warnings to help us. And it's up to us to take hold of his hand and allow him to help us. We got to allow God to help us. He's not going to force himself on you. So you have to open up your heart, your mind, and your soul and receive him. We're going to be all right. No, it won't be easy. But as you allow God in and allow him to open up the darkest part of you, to give it a clean sweep, believe you me, he won't leave you empty. All of that weight that you had weighing on you and taking up space inside of that place in you, God ain't gonna leave it empty when he clean it out. He gonna fill you with his spirit. Something that's gonna take all of that heavy weight off of you. But it's gonna be filled with something much lighter, something much easier, something much better, something that's worth having. But the only way that he can give it to you is if you allow him to give it to you. So get in a place of prayer where asking God to fill you with a double, triple portion of his discernment and his wisdom, so that you can know when you're being deceived, so you can know when the narcissist shows up trying to pretend like he's the real McCoy. Start praying and asking God, is this this? Is this that? Putting God first in every little thing. Going to him, consulting with him before making decisions and allowing things to go on in your life is very important in this hour. So all I can do is say, stay connected to God. Stay connected to people who want better for you. And it's going to be all right. I am Cynthia LaShawn, so I will talk to y'all later.